Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be doing a winter favorites video. I do seasonal favorites here on my channel instead of monthly favorites for a couple of reasons, because for one, I feel like it's just super repetitive almost, like to have a favorites video every month when I could be making a video about something else. And for two, I really haven't been active here on YouTube the past like 7 to 8 months. So that's another reason. But I think I've done all of the seasons this year. It seems like every time I have the chance to film a video, I just do a season's favorites. Then post that because they're kind of fun and easy to do. Today's a snow day, and the second snow day in a row of my last week of work before I get laid off for the season. And so I had some free time, so I thought I would film another favorites video. So I'm not gonna ramble too much. Hopefully the intro wasn't super long because I really struggle with that. So let's just get into the video. So this is gonna be my first favorite plant that I talk about. Oh, there's a hair. What is this? I almost said it was a cissus, but it's not a cissus, it's a crap. Coleus. Coleus. I was like, it starts with this. Okay, so this is a Coleus that I got from work at the end of the season, and I don't know, they were cute. I decided to get one. I don't really have anything else to say besides that I like this plant. I think just because of the color, like it adds brightness into like a field of green. I was considering moving it into my bedroom yesterday, but I decided against it. I'm not sure why, but I think it'd look nice in there because it's kind of like a sea of green, and then there's this color. It has nice color on the back of the leaves as well. When I brought this home this fall, the leaves were all of this like maroon color, and then the new growth started shooting out with the green variegation. So I don't know if that has to do with, I'm sure it has to do with lighting, and that's why it's pushing out the green. But I don't know what kind of Coleus, I forgot it again. I don't know what kind of Coleus this is. If you know, leave it down in the comments, but I don't know. I'm sure I could find out online. I guess I really don't care. I just think it's cute, and yeah. So I wanted to show a little bit of something different on my favorites video. This is the only non-green plant basically that I have, and it's super pretty. And I just repotted it in this huge terracotta pot. So hopefully it likes that. Okay, so this is my next favorite plant. I'm sure I've shared this before. Maybe not, because this is a newer plant, at least since I've started working at my new job. Anyways, doesn't matter. I really like it. It's growing amazing for me. This is a Philodendron pedatum, I believe. Every time I go to make these videos, I just forget like the names. But I think it's a pedatum. Or Philodendron Florida green, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. I got this one at work as well. I work at a garden center, and it had some variegation to it, and so I was gonna get one anyways, and then I saw that this one had some variegation to it. I obviously had to get it. I'm not gonna try to show you the variegation too much because I think that it's reverting or just like not pushing out variegated leaves, because this is the newest leaf here and I don't see any signs of variegation. I know it's still pretty early, but normally you could see some coloring, and all I see is damage and like scars because this leaf got a little bit stuck when I was unfurling. But I just really like this plant. I love the shape of the leaves. I love that it has a different colored petiole. They're kind of reddish maroon, and it's just a really nice plant. It's just blowing like crazy out there. And I have only had this for a short time, and it wasn't really climbing when I got it, and it's almost at the top of the moss pole that I made it, which it's not a very big moss pole, but still, I mean, it's pushed out several big leaves since it's been in my care. So yeah, it's heavy and I'm tired of holding it. So, wow, the snow. It's really cold here, you guys. Philodendron pedatum. Pedatum? Pedatum? I don't know. It's cute. She cute. Okay, so this is going to be my next favorite houseplant of the winter, just really because it's alive. And the fact that I haven't killed it yet, knock on wood, fingers crossed, whatever. It's not looking the best. It does have some yellowing leaves, but it is pushing out new leaves. So I can't complain. I've had one before at the beginning of my houseplant journey, and it got spider mites like right away. And it was, I remember it was infested. Like there was webbing like all the way up the lobes. It was disgusting. And I like freaked out and threw it away because I had no idea what was happening. I had never had, well, I had never noticed, I'm sure I had mealies because I was into succulents, but I had never had any like bugs. That makes no sense. But I never had spider mites before or anything like that, or thrips or anything like that. And so I just freaked out and threw the plant away. But I've always wanted to give it another shot. And so when I saw one this summer at a garden center, or not even this summer, like this spring when I first moved here, before I even got a job, I picked it up. And I'm so glad that I did. I freaking love it. And now I have, which leaf was it? This leaf. This leaf I have tattooed on my leg. So it'll be forever with me now. And yeah, oh, this is an Alocasia frydek. Did I say the name? Probably not, but it's an Alocasia frydek. Well, not frydek. Frydek's the variegated version. It's, how do you say it? Alocasia michaelitzianae or something like that. I don't know, but it's not the frydek because the frydek is the variegated version of this plant. And then the green the green plant, the one that I have, obviously has a different name, but somehow it's just taken on the name of the variegated one. I don't know, but it's also in the super cute pot with a bee on it, and I just flippin' love it. Like the dark velvet leaves with the super bright veination is just great. You can't even see it, but it's heavy. Okay. Okay, so my next plant is a plant very new to me. Well, not new to me, I've had it for a couple of months, but new to me as in I've never tried anything like this before, and I am obsessed. So it's in a very odd setup, so don't judge that. You can't even see the plant, but it's flowering. Is it focusing? Can you guess what it is? Let me get it out. It's a little butterwort or ping. I don't really know if there is a difference between them, between a butterwort or a ping, or if they're the same thing and just people just like different names for them. I don't know. But I picked this one up at an orchid show that I went to in Cedar Rapids, and because I've always kind of wanted one because I think they're really cute. They're like succulents, but they catch bugs, and yeah, but I've just never seen one in person, and I guess I've never really looked for one online. And so when they had them, I think it was like $10. Does it have a price on it? No, I think it was like $10, $10 or $12. And so I just decided to get one because it was super cute. I'm gonna try to show you up close. I don't really know if it's focusing or not. It's dripping all over me. But it has little kind of, they look like dots to us, but it's just like little sticky, I don't know, bug killer. And it's not sticky to us, it's more like wet to us. Like if we were to touch it, it's like wet, not sticky, but yeah. And mine has caught a couple of fungus gnats. I don't think it's like smelly, or I feel like there'd be more on there because it lives in my grow tent, and I know that I have more fungus gnats in there than this thing is catching because they're flying around. But it's definitely caught on a couple. There are like some roots growing out the side, so I don't really know. I don't really know anything about this besides the fact that I'm not killing it. But there are roots growing out the side, so either that's good or really bad, I don't know. And either it's blooming because it's dying, or it's blooming because it's super happy. I don't know, but the bloom is super cute. It just lives in this little tub thing because I didn't know what else to do with it because it's supposed to sit in water, I guess. So it just lives in here and you can't see it, but it's super cute. Look at the blue. This is going to be another plant that I know that I've shown you guys in at least last year when I was living at the farm, but I don't think I've shown it to you this year, or at least since I've moved here. I don't know. But it's like the only anthurium that I've had for an extended period of time and have not killed. I've definitely had this for a year, possibly, I don't know. I've definitely had it for a year, but it's a philodendron. It's an Anthurium pallidiflorum, however you say that, pallidiflorum. It's a pendant anthurium. Mine doesn't have any crazy long leaves, but for me, it's a whole plant that's an anthurium that I have not killed. So I freaking love it. It is working on a new leaf right now. That one there in the center. This one here. I don't want to touch it too much because, like I said, it is new. And I don't want to scar him. This is the previous leaf, so I hope that it's at least this size or bigger, because they start off really tiny and then they expand over time. I don't know what that's called, but Hoyas do the same thing with their leaves. I guess kind of all plants expand over time, but Hoyas and anthuriums, the leaves really expand, like from, you know, a half an inch to a foot or more. Yeah, it's living in sphagnum moss. I kind of think that I need to repot it, but at the same time, I'm kind of worried to repot it because it's been in here this whole time and I don't want to disturb it. So maybe after this leaf hardens off, I'll repot it, or just maybe do some more research, find out what I should be doing. I don't know, but yeah, I love it, and I love it even more that it's giving me a new leaf, and I love it even more because it doesn't die. So this is going to be the last plant we talk about today. This isn't going to be a crazy long video, but again, I didn't really want to include too many repeats. I might have also included this one in my fall favorites, so if I did that, I'm sorry, but I'm just in love with the way that this plant is growing for me. Obviously the plant is beautiful. It has nice leaves. This is a Syngonium batik that I got from the plant dealer at their plant swap this past spring. I got it as a 2-leaf cutting, like a top growth 2-leaf cutting. Let me try to show you. These were the original leaves down here. They are getting very tired, but I still have them on there because they're still green, and yeah, but they're getting very tired. So I just had these 2 leaves. It was freshly cut right there in front of me. Not like a couple of aerial roots, but nothing too substantial. I brought it home, rooted it in water, and then I transferred it into soil and was just like, let's see how it goes. And this thing rooted up like nobody's business. I can't even, I mean, this is in a huge pot. Like, this is a 6-inch pot, possibly an 8-inch pot. Massive. And I grew this, and it's just a really nice feeling that I, for 1, kept this plant alive, for 2, was able to propagate it, and for 3, I now am growing it. You know, it's not like I just have a little cutting of it. Like, I have grown this into a full plant in less than a year, and I just really like that feeling. And like, that's kind of why I got into plants, because it makes you feel like you're doing something right, which sounds like, I'm not trying to be all whatever, but it just, like, you know, it's the reason why people start avocado pits, because you watch that, you grew it from nothing, and it's a little treat. And that's how this Syngonium makes me feel. If that makes, I mean, I know it makes sense to you because you're plant people. But yeah, I wish that the leaves were like the regular batik color, or at least, I don't know. Like, these were such more of like a minty color. And these are like dark. Can you see? Like, that's like a dark leaf. I mean, it's still stunning. It's still a stunning plant. I just wish they were a little bit more frosty looking. It's a fully rooted plant. I got it on a moss pole. It's already rooted into the moss pole. And yeah, this is its newest leaf here. It did shoot out a couple of really small leaves during the transition from soil, I think, into water, or from water into soil, I mean. But it's pushing out big leaves now, and it's attached to the moss pole, so let's hope we start getting some super lobe leaves soon. And yeah, I'm just really happy with this plant, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm sure I could go on and on about my favorite plants, because I obviously just love them all. But I didn't really want to share any of the ones like my Jose, like top favorite forever. Just gave me a new leaf, is already pushing out a new leaf. Like, freaking love that plant. But I've shared it in probably every single one of my favorites videos, so I didn't want to share it again, even though it's amazing. I might just need to film a whole video about that plant, but maybe in the next couple of months. I'm going to have a lot more time on my hands for filming and for editing and just for plant stuff in general. So if there's anything you guys want to see from me, leave it down in the comments below, and I will try to either get back to you or make that video or something like that. So I just hope you guys all have a good winter break, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.